It's 1 a.m. on the 1st of November, 1943, and the stormy North Atlantic is concealing more than just turbulent waves. Two adversaries, one American, one German, are about to collide in a deadly battle. The USS Borie, a World War II destroyer, is on the hunt for the U-405, a German submarine. Commanded by Lieutenant Charles Hutchins, the Borie navigates the rough seas in pursuit of the elusive U-boat. Meanwhile, the U-405's crew, led by Captain Rolf Heinrich Hauptmann, is preparing to submerge. The hydrophone operator aboard the U-boat hears the unmistakable sound of American propellers cutting through the water. Knowing there's no time to waste, Hauptmann orders the crew to dive, but it's already too late. The Borie has spotted them on radar and the chase begins. The tension escalates as the Borie gives chase through the storm. The U-boat's crew is on edge, desperate to evade detection. As the Borie approaches, the crew braces for battle, preparing depth charges. Just as they're about to release them, the U-boat slips away, disappearing beneath the waves. With the U-boat submerged, the battle becomes a deadly game of cat and mouse, with the Borie's sonar tracking the submarine's movements. The stakes rise as the Borie continues its pursuit. The sonar operators locate the U-405, and Lieutenant Hutchins orders a course correction to intercept. The U-boat's crew can hear the Borie's sonar pings growing louder, but the American ship is still out of sight. Then, in a sudden and dramatic move, the U-405 surfaces, and all hell breaks loose. The Borie, with its searchlight blazing, reveals the U-boat, and gunfire erupts from the German deck. The U-405's 20mm guns open fire, but the Borie's larger 4-inch guns return fire with devastating accuracy, striking the U-boat's forecastle. The damage is severe, and the U-405's crew begins to falter. Yet, the U-boat remains afloat and functional. Hauptmann orders the U-boat's deck guns to fire, and the Borie's crew scrambles to defend themselves. The Borie retaliates with its own guns, tearing apart the U-405's remaining defenses. But the battle is far from over. In a bold move, Lieutenant Hutchins orders the Borie to ram the U-boat. The ship charges at the U-405, crashing into its side with brutal force. Inside the Borie, Chief Engineer Kenneth Miles Lucas works furiously to control the flooding caused by the collision. Despite the damage, the Borie's crew keeps fighting, but the U-405's crew is now at their breaking point. As the Americans push forward, the U-boat's crew prepares one final stand. Yet the odds are stacked against them. The Borie's crew, with the advantage of elevation and cover, takes control of the situation. The U-405's men, exhausted and outgunned, fight to the last. But it's clear, the U-boat is sinking. In the midst of the chaos, a few German sailors manage to escape the sinking U-405, clinging to life rafts in the freezing waters of the Atlantic. The Borie, victorious but damaged, moves away from the scene, unaware that it has left behind survivors who will never be rescued. In the confusion of battle, the American crew never realized they had abandoned the German sailors to the mercy of the ocean. These survivors would perish in the cold waters, lost to the Atlantic. The Borie's crew, though, is far from safe. The ship is heavily damaged, and the flooding can't be stopped. Despite their best efforts, 27 men from the Borie perish before rescue ships arrive. The USS Borie wins the battle, but the cost is high. The ship is heavily damaged, and its crew has lost many men. Lieutenant Hutchins and Chief Engineer Lucas survive the war, but the men of U-405 are not so lucky. The survivors of the U-405, abandoned and left to drown, become a somber reminder of the brutal and often overlooked human cost of war. The story of this battle raises a haunting question. What happens when history forgets those left behind? The men of U-405, though lost to the sea, live on in this tragic tale. Their story serves as a reminder of the sacrifices made during World War II and the brutal reality of warfare. In the end, the U-405's last crew remains a forgotten chapter of history. While the USS Borie returns home as the victor, the men left stranded in the icy waters of the Atlantic are left to fade into the depths of the ocean. Their tragic end highlights the cost of war and the forgotten heroes who never made it back. The battle between the Borie and the U-405 was not just a fight between two ships, but a testament to the human spirit, the horrors of war, and the memories that are sometimes lost to history. As the waves of the Atlantic crash on, the story of the U-405's final crew lingers, reminding us of the price of war and the lives that are often left behind. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. History's untold stories are waiting to be discovered, and we'll continue to bring you more. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the forgotten corners of history.